Oh, he's sick, bro. Right, hello. This is me. This is my first YouTube series. We're doing a little bit of Football Manager, because why the fuck not? To be honest with you, it's a game I've been playing a lot. Thought might as well, record it. Why not? I spent countless fucking hours sat in front of the screen anyway. Might as well do something with it. So here we are. This obviously is exactly what I look like in real life, like some sort of 90s porn star. It kind of fits the theme of what we're going for. If the thumbnail is what I think it's going to be, then we're doing, that love theme, really. The little bit of Troy Deeney, Delafeu together, why the fuck not, really? It seemed like a good pair to me, which kind of spoils the team we're going to choose if we go here. We're not going to play in Brazil, funnily enough. It's not really what I'm about. We are going to go down to Watford. There we are. I know it's not the proper badges and stuff as well, but I can't really be bothered to get the real ones. And I kind of like the sort of weird off-brand badges that they've got on here. Like, they seem kind of cool to me, weirdly enough, so we'll roll with that for now. I apologise if you can hear me drinking, but I'm not going to not drink while I do it, because that just seems silly to me. So this is always an interesting screen. The thing is, I wasn't going to include all of this stuff, and then I thought, fuck it, really? I don't think many people do. There might be some things I cut out, like pre-season, but other than that, like, I think you might as well include most of the bits. Now for this, I love buying young players and developing them, to be honest, so this is perfect. Like, they're working with youngsters. They love you right away. That's, get in there with the young men. That's what I like. Technical, pretty good to have. I do like being an attacking coach, so I think we're just going to pump the points into that, really. I don't really know what else to go for, to be fair. I guess spread it out a bit even. Nah, let's go for defending as well, because that's important. Now for this one, you definitely want, see, we're going to be playing as a big club, so I don't really need player knowledge, because we have scouts for that. So we go in, just fucking balls deep in the motivating. The youngster knowledge would be helpful, I think, given what I'm trying to do, but it's not really relevant. Now, adaptability won't come into play at all, because we're staying in England. I'm just going to do Watford. The Watford save fucks up. That's that, really. So, get motivating to 20, because team talks are really fucking helpful. That's 18, that's a 16. I mean, I don't even know what determination does for this. Oh, okay. I mean, excuse me. Sorry about that as well. This is what this whole thing is going to be. It's just me being a disgusting pig. But yeah, I think we do this then, to be honest. Make myself an asshole, so like Roy Keane levels of asshole. Make myself able to get well with the board, good man manager, absolutely no fucking knowledge at all, and that just sums me up, really. Yeah, we'll start fucking playing. So the way I've got this on, it shouldn't take too long to load things either, and here we go. Mr. Milk Boy, manager at Watford. That is exactly what you like to see, and they're paying me a decent amount as well, to be honest. I wouldn't pay me that much. Alright, let's skip through all this shit. See, I've semi-recently done a sort of Watford career before, so I know how it starts. I didn't get too far with it, to be honest, because there were some things that I wanted to change, but here we are again now. So it means I've got a decent level to start off with, at least. Weirdly enough, Watford are one of the teams I've watched least in the Prem, so it's an interesting one for me to start with and learn about the players, even though I already had them before but didn't really pay attention to some of them. So most of the philosophies I agree with, so they literally know that they're a shit club. Like, their next aim is to be the best of the rest, which, just underneath the Europa League places, I suppose. That's fine, to be honest. I want to push for the Europa League places. If not, we've basically failed. Not really, that's impossible with this game especially. Fuck knows what's going to happen, could get relegated. But I hope not, at least. I fucking hope not. So the tactics induction we don't really need to do, because I've played Football Manager before. I have a good idea. So his screen's a bit more interesting. Lets us know who's important in what, and obviously part of the thumbnail, for a fact this man right here, he's key to what we want to do. He's brilliant. I'm gesturing with my hands there, something I've got to get used to. You can't see me doing that, so a bit interesting, but Him ever like a support? What, does he want to leave or something? Don't tell me that. Oh God. Oh God. Not right away. It's just not what you want to see, is it? It's just not what you want to see at all. I mean, it makes sense. I think for the most part, we can go on and edit this later, but I feel like it makes sense. We'll do that when we do the tactics, and none of that really matters. Squad selection rules, that's fine. Yeah, the vision I'm absolutely fine with as well. So we'll just let that crack on. I have as well, which is an interesting one, disabled the first transfer window, just to get a slightly more realistic feeling of how it would be if you were actually manager of a team like this. So it lets me work with the Watford players I've got, rather than going in and bringing in like a 18-year-old from Brazil that's going to change the world, because obviously we all like doing that. But see, this is an interesting one that I haven't really messed with before, but I do like the idea of code of conduct, because it means if I do decide that I want to fine you 2 weeks for missing training or something at the third time, you're fucked. You have to accept it. So to be honest, yeah, I'm alright with that. It just means you can't fuck up on the punishments really and piss people off by being too harsh, because usually I am. See, now this, I did forget about this right away at the start. It's not like he's the captain or anything, you know, it's not like he's mega important to how we want to play or anything like that. Just, again, it's just not what you want to see, is it? At least we've got some other players though. I want to say that. So this is, yeah, see, this is the thing. There are definitely players we can work with in this. So we'll have to set the tactic up, I suppose. Now, I don't know if I'll leave this bit in or not. I might as well talk through it just in case I do, but I know roughly what I want to go for. So I'm a Liverpool fan. We're going to get press. We're doing it. Just pressing football. I've watched Klopp manage a team. Fucking amazing, right? So we're going to try and, obviously we're never going to be anywhere near as good, but we can try. So that's what we're going to have to try and do. Right guys, and we're back. So this is the kind of thing that I'm looking at playing. It's interesting because, as I said, doing the other day, I forgot some of the players that we've actually got, to be fair. So people like Daryl Janmaat and Messina on the left back position. It's interesting because they're not bad players, to be fair. Like, the squad in general is actually okay, but it stops right there. Like, there's nothing really past okay with this squad. Literally, the only players that are really good are Decore is a brilliant midfielder, to be honest, in that box-to-box role, which is something I really like using. He's fantastic. He's got everything you want. So he's like quick, he's got great stamina, he's strong as well, he's got great teamwork off the ball, decent passing, he can tackle. The thing that really stands out to me as well is he can, I've seen this before as well, he can bang a shot. Like if you're losing in a game, something like that, it will just pop out of nowhere. That's it, 1-1, sorted, back in it. Not many players can do that, to be fair, even some with the higher long shots in this game. So it's nice to have someone like that. There's also some absolute dog shit in this squad. Like seriously, I mean, this man, don't even. Why? How is he still playing in the Prem? I don't know, right? You might look at some of his Football Manager stats and think, yeah, he's actually okay, right? And you're not necessarily wrong. Like, you know, it's that some of these stand out, like great determination. That's fantastic. You know, he's driven. That's a great thing to have in Football Manager. He's got really nice sort of stamina and natural fitness as well. He works hard, but then you look at some of his other things, like dribbling. 10, no, 13 for a midfielder that's 29 years old, bear in mind, and he can't tackle either. It's not the one. He's just not the one. The thing is, he's worth quite a lot, so we'll look to fuck him out the door as soon as possible, believe me. It's a little bit of a similar story with Andre Gray, to be honest. I think really in Football Manager they've rated him a little bit harshly, really, because he can score a goal, and he's probably quicker than it suggests on there as well. Like physically he's very good, but then technically he's only okay, and his mentals are not ideal, to be honest. They're just not. That concentration at 10 is just less than ideal. And I've just said ideal, but whatever, deal with it, it's fine. So the other things we want to look at is the development centre, just to see if we've got any young players as well. And see, these two I actually thought were out on loan to start with, so it shows what the fuck I know, which is basically nothing. Ryan Cassidy as well, I forgot about this guy. So oh wow, I remember him more when he had 20 determination. I'm kind of sad that he doesn't right now, to be fair, but the thing with him is he has, so looking at his stats, right, he has 10 finishing. He's never going to be good enough to be a central striker with that, and yeah, that's the only thing he can play at the minute. So my thing with him is get him out on the left, make him an inside forward. Fucking love that if I can actually find it. Get in training for that. Yes, I want to control his bloody training. Right. So you see, it'll really, I mean, to be fair, he doesn't really have the attributes to play that either. But all you need to play on the wing, to be honest with you, is a bit of pace and be able to beat him. And he does have that. His flair's not the best, but he does have that. So we'll get that sorted right away. These guys are all out on loan, to be honest. Sort of set it and forget it with them, really. Now this geezer, he's not the one either, is he? There's just no chance. We'll offer him out on loan. See what people are saying for him. Because you never know, he might do really well. We might be able to sell him for a decent amount later on. Probably fucking not, but doesn't hurt. Now, see this guy, right? He just goes straight in the first team squad, really. Because even if you're not playing him as like the main sort of striker on the wing, he's like a bit what like I was saying with Ryan Cassidy. To be fair, he's got pace, right, and he can actually beat a man. Which just means that he'll be effective out there. He might not be the best thing ever, but he'll do a job, and that's all we really need him to do. See, this is funny as well. Decent player for most championship sides. It's just not true. That changes so often dependent on like how well they play. Like a player can not improve at all, but he might do really well, and they'll be like, oh, he's actually a leading player for fucking the Prem. Whack him in the Champions League. Sell him to PSG. It's just not quite how it works, really. But again, similar sort of thing, we'll get this guy training up. Yes, I do. Actually, saying that's because I haven't moved him and I need to get in my squad sunshine. You're there. Same with you. Isaac Success, he's too old to be down here. We'll talk about him in a second. The other guys that are interesting from down here, obviously Ryan Cassidy is like the big sort of youth team prospect, to be honest. And really want to keep him around. I want to get him in the mentoring group, something like that. Get him working with Troy Deeney. Even though he's got high determination, get it even higher. Maybe see if he can learn the shooter power trait as well. That might be really good for him, just to get rid of the finishing. I'm not sure, but we'll see how that goes. I am a fan of loaning players, but some you do want to keep at the club. See, the rest of it is just wank. I've seen this guy turn into something decent. So for him, I think actually, do I want to loan him out? I think I probably do, to be honest with you. I think I do want to loan him out, yeah. Let's offer him out to see if we can get him playing somewhere. Because he's 19, he's not that good now, but it's one of them. It's not a fee that I want. I want to pay bloody wages. Right, there we go. So get him sorted. Right. You don't know what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about Isaac's Success. So, with him, as I was saying, this is another really interesting one. So, it's, to be fair, it's a similar sort of thing, right? He's got a little bit of pace, so you think maybe he can play there, but he is 23. You do have to remember that, and he's just not good. Like, this is one of those players where in real life, to be honest, he can do a job. Like, he isn't who you want to start at fucking all, but if worse comes to worse, he can do a job. But in Football Manager, he just isn't. Like, there's nothing about him that inspires me with confidence at all, by the fact that he's got strength and a little bit of flair. Other than that, he's just fully championship, to be honest. Interesting that people want him on loan. I'd rather sell him, but that's not a bad idea. So I think we are going to offer him out to clubs now. Fuck paying this man's wages. You see how much he's getting paid? I'm not paying that. So we definitely want to do that, and I would much prefer that he's a regular starter, so we'll lock that in as well. I might even see if we can get a fee for him, because the board absolutely love that. I'm not bothered, but the board, if you can get in early with them, might help. You never know. It might mean when I beg for more money, inevitably later on, they might actually listen to me, which would be lovely. Now, also another thing with these things is pronunciation. Now, most players I'm absolutely fine with, but this man, I did Spanish at GCSE. I got a C, right? How am I supposed to pronounce that? Honestly, Peyeranda, I think, maybe, I don't know. It's the best way to do it is just there we go. All right, that's sorted then, isn't it? So no need to worry there. I like how it's capitalised and no one else is. Speaking of which, as much as I love Troy Deeney, now Troy Deeney's an okay name, right? But I think a better name, that's what I like to see. There are some other decent players here as well. I think the main thing with Watford is that's really interesting. Their defenders are all basically the same fucking level. There's no one that stand out, and everyone's pretty much like as good as each other. Cavaselli's interesting because physically he's a fucking monster. So he's amazing jumping reach. He's really strong. He's quite quick as well for a centre back, which is lovely. But then he can't really tackle or mark, so it's an interesting one. But because of the way that we're playing, I am going to use him. I suppose I should actually go through that. So as I said, we're a gegenpressing team, so we want to press the ball and everything. Actually, I want to change that. I don't want to play narrow. I want to play quite wide. So you want to work it into the box just because you get more of that. Sorry, you get more shooting opportunities. That's what I want to say. Words. When you do that generally, so decent chances, whereas aside from just shooting outside the box, no one in the squad's really that good at that bar Decore. So the other thing we do want to do is run at the defence, because most of the players that we've got are relatively quick, so about 15 is quite good, and most of them can excuse me, bloody hell, it keeps coming, most of them can dribble as well. So we're definitely going to try and make use of that. In the transition, obviously, it's the similar thing to what you'd expect. We counter press and we want to counter as well. Now, the thing with Ben Foster is I would love to be able to kick it long, but he can't at fucking all. He's quite good at throwing though, so I'm just going to ask him to throw it long. Don't tell him where, just sort of see what happens. Definitely have never had problems with Ben Foster in the past. That's a complete lie. You might pick up on my sarcasm at some point, I don't know, but we'll see how it goes. Now, here's the true risk. I've never really been able to trust this game to play offside trap. I've heard it's really good this year, and of course it does sort of fit the system, so I'm going to give it a go. This is exactly why I want Cabaselli in the starting lineup though. If I wasn't playing something like this, then I probably wouldn't, but the marking is a problem. But the fact is, he's got the recovery pace to maybe get back if people do get in behind us, which could be really helpful. So I'm hoping that's how it works. The only other thing is the mentality, which I like to keep on balance, just purely because I always think at least it's better to change it mid-game. Usually if you start on defensive, you just get bent over by whatever team you play in. Doesn't matter if it's Man City or Birmingham. Like, honestly, they will just fuck you up. Starting on attacking can be decent, but it is always a bit of a risk, to be fair, and I'd rather just start on balance, see how the game goes, change from there. Bit reactive, which I don't think is a bad thing, but people might argue with that because we're all fucking different at the end of the day, aren't we? So the only other thing that I'm going to want to change is staff. So I mean, fucking hell, alright, I didn't realise we had absolutely no staff, just basically running it on my own. And we're back at it. I've sent a few offers off to see if people want to join us. Obviously I don't know if they'll actually accept, because who really wants to join Watford that badly, but we've got some decent people in the pipelines. We'll see how well that goes. The other thing I'm going to do in the meantime, just to get it set up and out of the way, I've already done some mentoring groups, so we've got some of the players up from the youth teams just to sort of give them a bit of tutoring. It really improves their determination, is the main thing I want to get out of it, because that's a really important stat. And obviously this is the main thing that Captain Cojones is going to do for us. With that 19 determination and a driven personality, it's fucking beautiful. Like, that is mwah, mwah, mwah. There's a reason he's in the thumbnail, guys, you know what I mean. The other ones are a bit more interesting. So we've got the two older goalkeepers basically double teaming the young man that is kind of shit anyway, but might as well get him tutored because he's still a bit young. He could be okay. And to be honest, fucking Heredia Gomez and Ben Foster are not people that want to keep around the club for very long. Goalkeeper is going to be one of the positions that we're definitely going to look to strengthen as soon as we actually get a transfer window. One thing I have realised, and I didn't earlier, is they've actually really done my boy fucking Danny Welbeck dirty. Jesus Christ. 13 finishing. Well, I mean, was it the Euros that he scored that mad, like, roulette back heel kick? It was insane. And then recently, from the recording of this, like he's just come back and scored an overhead kick. Like, the man he's a myth. He's an absolute myth. He is a donkey sometimes, and sometimes he's fucking God. I don't know how much we'll use him because of that, but I do like the meme factor of Danny Welbeck. It can't really be denied. We'll see how we go, but I think the main man for us is definitely going to be big João Pedro. You might not know, because I don't think he's ever actually played for Watford, but in Football Manager, he's lovely. He's lovely. I mean, I don't think that potential's real, really, but even his stats as they are, like, he's so balanced. He's so incredibly balanced. It makes him a fantastic complete forward because he's just like okay at everything. I know it sounds weird saying that about Danny Welbeck, about 13 finishing, and he's got the same, but the thing is, he's 17, Danny Welbeck's 28. That's the difference. This guy can improve and be absolutely amazing, but he's already probably better than him, which is mad, given, again, I don't think this guy's actually fucking played for Watford, but hey, what do I know? Apparently my supports went down after about 5 days of being here, maybe less. It's probably because, yeah, I did rename the captain. I can understand that now that I think about it, to be honest. Might make the boys feel a little bit weird, which is fair enough. So, obviously I want to introduce myself as Watford manager. They seem to love that. Oh, now for this. It's an interesting one, right? Because we should finish in the top half this season, and it's definitely what I'm going to say. Well, actually, even they think it's a bit too much. Here we go, the very first press conference with your boy Milk Boy. Right, I'm very excited to the club and can't wait to get stuck in. Obviously, definitely not a lie. Anything, Watford's wage budget is simply too small. I completely agree, but I'm pretty sure that it's just because we've turned the transfer window off, so I'll just say I don't want to discuss that. Yeah, our discussions are from the creative. What attracts you to Watford? Asking myself the same question. It's funny because, as I said, I'm a Liverpool supporter. Watford probably wouldn't have been my first choice. It wasn't just because of the Danny Welbeck, Troy Deeney memes. But I was suggested to do it by a friend who basically knows fuck all about football. I just got them to pick a club. And I quite like Watford. It's interesting because most of the squad's old as shit, but there are some gems of players to work with. So we'll see what we can do. But we will just say it's a massive club that would appeal to anyone. And they are a Premier League team at the end of the day. So do you have any reservations? None whatsoever. Alright, okay, so no one wants the boys on loan. You know what? Fuck you then. How about that? How about fuck you? I have just realised I probably should train another tactic as well, just in case this doesn't work. I didn't really think about that. I didn't really think about that at all. So they think that we should go for a control possession. I don't think we're good enough to play that. Like, are you mad? To be honest, no. I want I want a defensive tactic. So, I mean, I'm not going to cut this one out. We'll just go through it because I don't think it will really take me too long. I think that is perfect. It's close enough to what we're playing as it is. Starting on cautious for that. I know what I said about getting bent over by teams, but I think this is either for a game where you are against Man City and you're like, well, I'm going to fucking lose anyway, so I might as well try and defend first. Or for when you're trying to see out a lead. Like, that's when I think this tactic will be useful. Then again, maybe I should do a different formation just to make sure they're comfortable in something else. You know what? I think a solid, just a 4-4-2. It's not really fluid, is it? It's not really fluid at all. What do they suggest? No, wow. Okay. But no, I don't. Yeah, I mean, basically that is what I was thinking, but it's just a bit more, you know. But the weird thing is, it messes up their positions in this one. Oh no, it doesn't. I thought it did. Whatever. I clearly don't have a fucking clue what I'm talking about. So just ignore me. That's probably going to be the easiest way to go about things. I'm surprised Danny Welbeck can't play as a attacking midfielder, to be honest with you, but hey. So a ball winner and a centre mid, and not really what we're after. I think we want a deep line playmaker on defend, and then a ball winning isn't bad, but just if we'd go for attack, I Well, again, I'm making hand gestures like you can see. You fucking can't. I want the midfielders to sit back in sort of this space here, let the wingers go forward, let the cam go forward, and obviously have the striker up there at all times, sort of doing his thing, right? So we want that. I think we want a shadow striker, and then with these boys, just wingers, really. One on support, one on attack. Attack, support. Yeah. I think that should be fine. Right, so shorter passing, higher tempo, I'm fine with that. Running defence again, I'm fine with. Do you want to work the ball into the box, something like that? I don't think you do. I don't really want to pass into space either, to be fair. Although if we're going short passing, we'll play out of the back. So counter press counter, we're good with that. Distribute quickly, I already had on the other one. Again, we want to throw it because Ben Foster's an actual dickhead. Now this is where it gets interesting. I don't think we want to play even in the counter attack. No, tell a lie. No. Let's just trust in the tactic. Right, but right, I think we've pretty much got this all sorted now. I've already signed some of the staff. Some of them will be trickling through in the next few days as well. I might look to sort out the medical team. I don't really think I'm going to show any pre-season because it's boring even for me playing it. So I think that's going to be the end of it for this first episode. So in the unlikely event that anyone has actually watched this, I hope you've enjoyed. I know it's been a bit fucking weird, but we'll get there. Hopefully it'll improve as we go on. Might get even worse. You never fucking know, especially with me, I'll tell you that. But we'll be looking to do more in the future. So hopefully you enjoyed, and maybe see you later.